Batya, what a day. It's overwhelming, isn't it?
Utterly, utterly overwhelming. That was such a beautiful opening, Megan. And you're so right. We just witnessed a miracle. Trump just performed an actual miracle before our eyes. I never believed these men would see the light of day again. And what he had to go through to get them out, he's the only person who could have done it. And even I didn't keep the faith. And I just have to say, Megan, I hope I can get through this. This is a huge, huge win for the United States, just like it is for Israel. Every American who voted for Donald Trump, but especially people like you, Megan, who played a role in getting him elected, who stood by him, who told the truth, who told the American people what he was going to do for us. You own this. There are 20 lives that are going to be alive because of you, Megan. In Judaism, we say if you save a life, it's like saving the whole world. And Megan, you saved 20 worlds. You get a share of this, and you get to know this for the rest of your life, that you played a role in rescuing these 20 precious, innocent souls. And everything that comes from the Middle East now, I do believe there will be peace. Every person who helped Trump get to this place, it's yours also. It is your victory. And of course, it's ours as Americans because he's our guy. And it's just the most incredible, incredible day. I mean, glory to God, as you tweeted, and to President Trump. I did not think that I would live to see something like this. It is a world historic moment. We just witnessed Jewish history being made, and you now get a piece of that, Megan. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You are so sweet, Batya. I wish I had something to do with it, but I do believe we wouldn't be here if Kamala Harris had won. I accept that piece of it. I agree with you. He's the only person who could have gotten this done because of that beautiful madness. You know, I don't know what it is that makes Trump the way he is, just like a dog with a bone. You know, you can't stop. Like when he wants something, he's going to have it. And if you can align the United States interests, or in this case, the world's, with Trump's crazy desire to just make what he wants happen, miracles can happen. We're watching it time and time again. There's no question those 20 people are alive today because Donald Trump just did not have the ability to give up. It's not in him. And so he backed Israel, I mean, very forcefully from the beginning, but he also applied pressure on Netanyahu, who is his dear friend and whose back he's absolutely had, but was willing to pressure him when pressure was required, and then understood the Middle East and had already been over there in Trump 1.0 with Jared Kushner, with the Abraham Accords, treating them as equals with whom we could deal and, you know, listen to and address their concerns and maybe do business economically, and like not just treat as like these weird otherized people who like we would never deign to interact with. That foundation was laid, and he has been exploiting it in Trump 2.0 to say, you need buy-in. We need buy-in from you. How can I make this worth your while such that you get involved in a way that the Palestinian people will listen to you? They listen to Qatar a lot more than they're going to listen to Donald Trump. And it worked. He sent 2 real estate guys over there and they negotiated a deal. It happened.
It's so unbelievably incredible. He threw out this sort of post-World War II world order to where there was this sort of fiction that we have shared values with people who are utterly different from us. And either the Obama model where, you know, they actually want democracy, or the Bush model where, well, we'll just foist it on them, right? You don't get anywhere with that because they don't share our values. Donald Trump has zero interest in shared values. He's interested in sharing value, right? Like he doesn't want to give them democracy. He wants them to give us money. You know, he believes in shared interests. And you're completely right. From the beginning of this second administration, he made that big trip to the UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. And I don't think he went on that trip thinking, I'm going to bring peace to the Middle East. He went on the trip to bring $10 trillion of investment back to the United States. But here's the key for Trump is that because he doesn't believe in this nonsense about shared values, because he wants to put America first, and he thinks that will be good for the entire world, his foreign policy and his economic policy are two sides of the same coin. So he went there for economic reasons. He went there because he had sort of used tariffs in order to get leverage, and he wanted to see what could I make with that leverage, got all of this investment back. And because he had intertwined our economy with the economies of these moderate Gulf Arab states, they believed him when he came in for a foreign policy diplomatic mission that he had their best interests at heart. Because their economy is now intertwined with us, of course he wants them to do well. So on the one hand, he's the most pro-Israel president we've ever had. He's very proud of that. He brags about it all the time. And you would have thought in the old world model that, you have to sort of keep Israel at arm's length if you want to do something with the Arabs. You have to equalize. No, Trump said that's ridiculous. Everybody knows I'm pro-Israel. I love Israel. I've got their back. That doesn't mean I can't also align the interests of this other side, because he's thinking about interests as interests, right? Literally as investment. And so this is, I think, the key to his deal making. Number one, ignore the experts. Number two, align the interests. You can always find a way to end a kind of stalemate by rethinking what the interests are. And number three, what you said, Megyn, play the long game, take the win. As he told Netanyahu, take the win. He refused to let him back out of this. It's just so genius. And he's the only person who could have done it.
It sounded like spouses arguing, and he's like, you're so fucking negative. Just take the win. Right? It's very funny to me how he's like, trust me. And Netanyahu was smart to trust Trump. It's like Trump's got a long history of winning, and he's very, very savvy politically. And Netanyahu, it's like, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and again, you're going to get the same result over and over again. And Trump actually does have a history of deal making, the impossible deal. And he listened. He did treat it like a win. And look, no one's saying, okay, it's guaranteed peace forevermore. But this is the biggest breakthrough we've had in modern history. I haven't heard anybody saying, oh, but this other one beats it. This other one is more promising. The closest we've had is these mealy-mouthed Dems like Antony Blinken and this other person, former Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh, who are like, he finished what we started. This is really our process that we got going. And he just kind of put the cherry on top. As I said to Doug this morning, they're like, we loosened it. We loosened it. The jar. He just did the last little turn. Here's this person sing on camera, SOT 32.
I know the Biden administration on its way out tried to get to a deal. It did not. What do you think is the difference here in this moment that put the Trump team ahead?
Yeah, the framework that has been put into place in this 20-point plan that the Trump administration has implemented builds on the framework of the Biden administration. And of course, there are a few differences in the plan, but it was always a phase 1, 2, and 3 approach.
Great. How come you didn't do it then? Truly, if it was all your idea, like Anthony Blinken tweeted, like they're just picking up where we left off. This is really our deal. Why didn't you get it done? Truly, seriously. So if you had the idea, you had the vision, you had the ability, why didn't you do it? I mean, this is so petty.
It's so ridiculous. It's like saying because they said the words two-state solution, therefore a person who actually got the two-state solution implemented owes them credit. It's ridiculous. Yes. The implementation is the whole thing. Trump went in there and got Hamas to give up all of its leverage. Like, do you understand what a miracle that is? They have nothing now. They're back to killing other Palestinians because they can't kill any Jews.
Just
it is
today.
So amazing, unbelievable. Like, literally got them to give up their leverage. And again, it comes back to the real estate deal maker in him. So in the Obama-Blinken model, the way that you get a deal is you have, the weaker party down here and the stronger party up here. So you got to build up the weaker party and weaken the stronger party. And then as equals, this fiction of their equality, they'll meet there and make a deal. And Trump says, that's nonsense. If you make the weaker party stronger, they'll never concede to anything because you're building them up and holding them up. If you bring down the stronger party, why should they agree to anything? You just weaken their hand. Trump, who's a real estate guy, says, no, here's how you get to a deal. You weaken the weaker guy and you strengthen the stronger guy, and then everyone has an incentive to come to the table because the strong guy doesn't feel threatened and the weak guy is like, oh my God, I have no leverage. I better make a deal. That is what we just saw. That was phase one. He wasn't doing Hamas any favors. He stole their only leverage out from under them. And he did it by going to Turkey and Saudi Arabia and Qatar and finding out what each of them wanted because they each wanted something. And again, throw out the experts who said, oh, these people, they're Muslims. They just want the end of the Jewish state. Bullshit. They have legitimate interests. They want things more than they want to kill Jews. And Trump figured that out. And he figured out how to make them see that he had figured it out. And what's so amazing is in the speech to the Knesset, he's still closing with Bibi. So he's kind of negging him, but then he does the one thing he knows Bibi really wants, which is he tells the Knesset, why don't you guys give him a pardon? What's a bit of champagne? It was amazing. And now he goes to the Arabs and he's sitting in Egypt. And what does he say to them? He keeps talking about how rich they are. Because of course that's what they want to hear, right? He just knows exactly what he is doing.
Buy gold and get free silver. That's right. For every $5,000 purchase from Birch Gold Group this month in advance of Veterans Day, they will send you a free patriotic silver round that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. Look, gold is up over 40% since the beginning of this year. 40. And Birch Gold can help you own it by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they will send you your free silver honoring our veterans on qualifying purchases. And if you're current or former military, Birch Gold has a special offer just for you. They're waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider diversifying your savings into gold. Text MK to the number 989898 for a free info kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver with qualifying purchase before the end of the month. Again, text MK to the number 989898. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching.